I got booked to go to China to do a tour. And I'd never been to China. I'm nervous. New York is, if you talk about China, people, they tell you fucked up stuff. They're like, don't fall asleep in public. You wake up, your back hurts. You see some kid on a bicycle with your kidney in a plastic bag, But I'm like, I'm going to China, right? So I'm nervous. But the guy before me calls and he's like, bro, it's the best gig you'll ever do, bro. I'm like, why? He's like, bro, if you do well, the promoter will get you a tornado. I'm like, what's a tornado? He's like, bro, they take you to this Chinese massage parlor. A naked chick comes into the room. You're naked. She's naked. There's a rope hanging from the ceiling. She jumps up on the rope upside down and spins around and blows you, and that's the tornado. I'm like, that doesn't even sound possible. Or comfortable, or whatever, but I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna, you know what I mean? It's like one of those sexual things you just don't understand. Like, I have a friend, and I went over to his house. He doesn't have kids, but he has a giant pacifier on his nightstand, right? And I was like, dude, what's the pacifier? He's like, it's not a pacifier, it's a butt plug. I'm like, what do you do? He's like, you pop in your ass. I'm like, I just don't understand. That sounds like a precautionary device. Like, you eat Mexican, you're on a date, you have some Mexican food or whatever, you're getting busy later, you're like, whoop, whoop, you pop it in, now you got an extra 20, right? Anyway, so I go to China. I'm going to China, but I got that tornado thing in the back of my head. How do you not have that in the back of your head, right? So the shows are great. A lot of pollution there. Everybody got the masks on. The pollution, they laugh and put it back. Breathing the air, it's like doing a sit-up with a passed-out panda on your chest, and you wake up, you do a bong hit off a catalytic converter. I mean, it's crazy. So the shows are great. Finally, I think it's like the fifth show, the promoter comes up. He's this little Australian guy. He's like, mate, you're doing a great job, mate. Yeah, it's nice. I'll take you get a massage, mate. I go, what massage, mate? Take you get a fucking massage. It's fucking nice, yeah. So he takes it. I'm like, listen, man, it's that tornado thing. I can't do that, bro. I'm married. I heard about that shit. I mean, I'd like to witness it from a distance, but I can't, I'd like to see if it's real. It's like, no, mate, it's legit. It's nice. So he takes me to this place, but I'm a little suspicious. And a beautiful Asian lady comes out. She's like, would you like oil? I'm like, nah, sand, gravel, whatever. And she's not the one doing the massage. The one doing the massage comes out. She's not attractive. She's got the mask on. She's built like a Chinese Tyson. She's like, so I got to follow her. You go into this room, you got to put pajamas. That's when you know it's not sexual. They're one size fits all. I'm 6'4", 220. They're not scaled to me. So I got, like Spanx, and you get the dick down one leg, the balls in the other. And that's what, they tell you, you go to a strange place, you never want to separate the group. You got to keep everything together. You know what I mean? That's how you get lost. So I lay on this board. There's a hole for the face. She's doing a massage, and it's painful. It's just the elbow and the knee, and she's so strong in the back, and it just hurts. Oh, it hurts. And I'm trying to tell her, the only Chinese I know is ni hao, shay shay, and the only English she knows is no pain, no gain. So we're not communicating, right? She's rubbing on the back hair, the smoking. I'm like, listen, after about a half hour, I'm like, listen, please, easy. She's like, easy. I'm like, easy. So she gets all gentle, and she starts tickling, like in the butt area. And I'm a dude, so I get a boner, right? But she can't see it. I'm on top of it and whatever. So right then she hops up on my back. So it's her full weight on my back, on the boner, because there's a wooden board. There's a hole for the face, which I guess is for the tears, but there's nothing, here. So it's getting mushed flat, like a school bus backing over a garden hose or like a tapeworm panini. Like, it's like I got Tiananmen Square in my pants with this fucking chicken cutlet she's making. And so I'm like, stop, no pain, no gain. So another 10 minutes goes by. Finally, I get her off. I'm like, I pay her. I'm like, thank you. That's good. Thank you. Shay. And she leaves. So now I look at it because I'm like, she broke this shit. And it looks horrible. It's like a Zika baby head and like a, smushed flat. It looks like it got in a slap fight with a bear from The Revenant. It looks terrible. So she comes back in, hands me a glass of water with a flower, and it leaves. So I put my dick in it. I thought that's what it was for. You just to rehydrate like a ballpark Frank. She comes back and she's like, no, this is a tea. And I'm trying to play it off. I'm like, in America, sometimes when we're thirsty, we, siphon it for later, like a Camel or whatever. So she leaves. So now I got to exit this place, and it's very embarrassing. Very embarrassing. She's at the front desk showing, she's like, put the dick in the glass, and I'm like, ni hao, shay, shay. So I go back to the hotel room. I'm like, there's only one way to make sure this thing is not broken. So I light a candle. Put on some, it stays in this room, put on some porn. But it's because I'm in China, it's Asian porn. And I don't know if you guys watch a lot of it, but the women in it, just based on the sounds they make, do not seem to be enjoying themselves. There's a lot of like, and I'm very tender, so I'm like, you know, so whoever's listening through the wall, it doesn't sound safe. It sounds like somebody got their teenage daughter's first long-distance phone bill, like, so right then my wife Skypes me, I gotta shut down the operation, right? I throw a towel on top, I hold the phone, she can only see the eyes. She's like, why are your eyes all red? I'm like, pollution's crazy, people got the mask. You know, she's like, you look like you were crying, I'm gonna miss you, you know. She's like, what were you doing? I'm like, I got a massage, you know, and she's like, a massage? Did it have a happy ending? I'm like, no, cinematically speaking, it was more of a tearjerker. So she hangs up the phone, right? So now I got to deal with that, like an argument 3,000 miles apart. I'm like, I'll just figure it. So I get a swag bag. It's my last day of the tour, I get a swag bag. And it's got cool stuff. You know, it's got that little Hitler cat with the arm, you know what I'm talking about, and like the stuff. So in the swag bag is a butt plug, right, with a feather, so kind of formal. And so on the, you know, I got a 13-hour flight home. I'm like, we're gonna try this thing, right? But it's not something easy to pitch to your significant other. You know, you can't be like, hey, it's hot. How about putting one of these up in there? So I get back and I do pitch it to her. We're having a couple glasses of wine. I'm like, what do you think about this butt plug? And she's like, well, no fucking way. I'm like, well, why not? She's like, it's made in China. What if the end breaks off? It gets lost. What did I say? I was at a dreidel game. Shit got crazy, you know, in the emergency room. I'm like, listen, you never go to the emergency room. I'm your husband. I would take care of it. You know, I'd make a call. We'd find a friend with small hands that could keep a secret. You know, get a jar of peanut butter and a dog. We'll figure it out. So eventually, after a lot of coaxing and a lot of glasses of wine, I convinced her, right? And but it wasn't easy. It's not an easy thing. It was a lot painful. There's a lot of crying and ow, it hurts. I'm like, you know, relax. Finally, when we got it in my ass, I gotta say that you can bend the feather forward. It tickles your balls. So.